Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. I'm your host, Kelvin, and today it's 1930 because the Early Start DLC's dropped. So we've returned to this humble country called Poland, where, as far as I'm concerned, this is the timeline where the miracle at the Vistula didn't happen, and the Soviet soldiers rolled through all the way over to Germany. You know? And I don't know, 10 more years of fighting, and then finally peace, and now we've got a nation to rebuild. I actually adore the Poland map. I've spoken about this on stream and stuff, but I don't know if it's ever actually been in a video. But, like, the attention to detail here with, like, the broken infrastructure everywhere, like, there's a lot of things we can theoretically use. You know, the Warsaw Bridge is bombed out, half of Warsaw is missing. Like, several of these rail lines go to nowhere. You know? Hey look, this nice rail line here. It comes from this customs house. It goes, and it's gone. You can see where it once went, and where it should otherwise connect up to, but it's a broken rail link. So, it's tough. We've got people, and, yes, you know what I just noticed? They have finally made it so this game no longer violates the Geneva Convention, everyone. Look at that! Round of applause. No more Red Cross. Alright, we are no longer... You know, am I arguably a war criminal for even streaming this game? Quite possibly. I don't know. The one part of the Geneva Convention no one takes that seriously. Alright. But yeah. Alright, so I'm thinking this is kind of the area I want to start in. We have sort of an advantage of a functioning railway line here with already like a triple junction, which is not bad. Now, the main problem is I am going to need a track builder, and I am going to need to get this place hooked up to our rail line. Now, because this is the Early Start DLC, a lot of stuff is restricted. For example, we will only have this wooden railway. Which is probably fine. God, I hope it's fine. Anyway. Let's see. I need a place where I can set up a track builder. I've already forgotten what those are called. It has been a little while since I last played this game, so this should be interesting, as I slowly have to remember how this game works. I'm pretty sure I've still got most of it down. It shouldn't be that hard. Although finding things on the hotbar might be the hardest part for me. Construction industry. Yes, one railway construction office, please. And thank you. Here should be fine. So yeah, this has to be wooden-based railway, which is absolute garbage. But, hey, it is what it is. Following that, we'll have you connect in here. Perfect. So this will allow us to eventually start constructing trains. But I'm probably getting a little ahead of myself even placing that. Like, being realistic here, we're going to need a fair bit of construction offices in general. We are playing on full realistic mode. So, I'm going to get to work on trying to drop some of this down. Let's see, construction. Oh yeah, it's under... No. Construction industry. Give me my free construction offices. Man, do I need those. Alright. Alright. That'll make a nice little roundabout. Probably not, but... maybe. I was wondering what the minimums would be. Hang on. Let's bulldoze. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alright. And we're also going to need, at bare minimum, a gas station. And a distribution office. Yeah. Actually, yeah, okay, no. There's no way the cars run on coal, right? You know. The cars still certainly require diesel. We might be able to use steam trains, but, that's, yeah. That's the best we get. Okay. So, let's get a gas station down. And do I also need a technical office? Maybe. We'll use one of our free gas stations here. Actually, the best place to put it, ideally, I think, is here. One free gas station there. And then should be interstate infrastructure for a distribution office, if memory serves. Or no, general cargo? Yeah, here we go. One distribution office. Thank you. Good. Alright, so these are our free buildings that we'll be using. I'm not going to worry about putting stockpiles outside the customs house because the developers have finally heard our prayers. You see, they have decided that to integrate the script that gives the customs house a return slot. The customs house has throughput now. It's not absolute garbage. I also remember I have to come in here and turn off these vectors. We have like a little bit of stuff just around the map because, you know, a nice pre-made map and all that. Unfortunately, that's not really somewhere we can use it. Yeah, hallelujah indeed. So, alright. That's not too bad now. Alright, so with all this free stuff, what is my plan for actually constructing stuff? Well, first off, wisdom would have it that I do this. In doing it this way, this entire area theoretically can be graveled later. I'm not sure if I actually will gravel it, but I should make sure that I'm capable of graveling it. Every road needs a redundancy for putting down upgrades later. There's some rock here. That actually is very good for potential quarrying. Now, we're in the early start, so I am heavily restricted in what I've got here, you know? Do we have, like, a shopping... Okay, good. We do have shopping centers that stock everything, thank God. I was worried... Okay, this is the largest one. Honestly, that's pretty big still. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna put a second road back here. What do you mean crossing not allowed? Okay. There's something that's just poisoning construction. One moment. There we go. Alright. This gives this region of road redundant. Yeah, only -1 in February. Yeah, 1930s February. Shh. It's fine. Alright. Not too shabby, though. So this will give us the ability to put down a small shopping center. Yeah, which one? I should have a look at all the ones and their various connections. So this one, yeah, it also has the 2. Okay, not bad, not bad. Ooh, can I flatten? Huh, I don't get free flattening anymore for the first month It costs me money. You bastards. What do you mean you have a walking connection? Do not even think about it. Remember, build a church, never rich. Unfortunately, we can't build churches. We are communists. But we do have some. Which is good because our religious sympathy is 85%, and I have no interest in trying to fight that for a while. It's going to be a lot. Okay, so yeah. But we start with ourselves a nice little shopping center. I mean, we need a pub. We do need a pub, I think. We'll put down the pub. All right. So that covers the goods needs. And let's see, what else am I going to need? I'm going to need a university. We get, I think, a new tiny university, maybe? Yeah, we can build the Tower of London and or the White House for a tiny university. Counts as a headquarters of the Communist Party. Yeah, these tiny little things ain't bad. Although, I'll worry about that later. Because technically I can not worry about that at the start. I'm trying to think here. How many people do I have? 120, 120. Right? So 240 plus 150, that's 390? So I think we got about 500 people here, which isn't too shabby, but it does tell me I probably don't need that much. Like, I gotta... But I'm probably gonna still want to scale up and have these places, you know, put down more buildings and get them set up. Quality flats is 80%, which is good enough. And we probably have... probably 600. Okay. I'm just thinking about it. Because we're probably going to need... Oh, that's a long flat. How many people does that hold? It's literally like the only thing I can build. 145 people. It's thought. But I think we can get a decent enough number of people in here. It should be okay. Alright. We do have this new small heating plant, which I absolutely love, although we don't need it yet. If I don't build new buildings, I don't actually need this heating plant. I've got to remember that. Because these buildings are self-heating. Now, we do have the ability to dispose of sewage over here fairly easily. Yeah, unfortunately the map borders are a little iffy. Okay, will here work? Yeah, we can dump our sewage here. If there's anywhere along this river coast that lines up. There we go. Good. Do the infrastructure. Come on. Okay, we plan out a sewage tank there. And the water substation there. Alright. Now, unfortunately, everyone in this town, I think, has to die. Because of how this game kind of works. Basically, well, no. Because if I set it to the number of workers outside the construction office to be 0, I'm going to try this. Because it doesn't generate a job, does it? And therefore it should be fine, in theory. But we'll see. These people might wake up. You guys have no walk connection. That's good. We kind of have to be careful about that. Alright, we have these early start substations. Unfortunately, I have no idea how much power these will, like, be able to handle. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Also, hold on. Oh yeah, we have the earlier coal power plant. 10 people. So it's just basically half as efficient. Honestly, it's not bad. I like that. I like that. A lot of these buildings are just smaller, which is actually very helpful. Okay. I recognize we do not have a power connection here. Okay, we have one in Hebron. Am I gonna do self-power? Probably the only thing I can functionally do. Alright. I'm gonna leave that blanked out for a moment. So we'll put it here. Oh, yeah, there's actually no way I can actually get both of them. Or all of them. Ooh. No matter what, some houses on the outside are getting left out. That's probably fine. I'll deal with that later. I'll put in a pair of electric substations, though. It might behoove me to just, in general, pair up everything in order to have the redundancy I need for later. But we'll see. Okay. The reason I wanted to leave that spot blank was because I looked at it and said to myself, you know, that's probably a great place for a monument. Unfortunately, none of the world monuments are any good. We do have access to these new early stars, which are basically just pieces of the Kremlin. The Kremlin Tower gives 550. Now, I don't believe I need road for building this. It should be fine without. But yeah. So we'll unhook those. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this ain't bad. Now, I think I have coal. I was gonna say, yeah, I think I actually have coal in this region. Which is one of the reasons I was kind of excited to actually use this map and all the coal. I think, unfortunately, the best coal is over here. Yeah, like 86%. But I might just take, you know, the 77% coal over here. Because I think that's perfectly reasonable. Like, the southern half of Poland is basically made of coal. And if I remember right, we also have, like, an oil field nearby here somewhere. It's over here, yeah. So, someday. Alright, we can do a coal processing plant. I don't need a ton of coal, right? I need enough that... I'm now thinking to myself, can I make coal and export? Yes, but not until I have better railways. The problem is, functionally, we do not have the capacity to build railways. Like, it is very sad. This is our only track builder. Like, we don't see its stats here, but the LTC. It builds at 4 per level. Once the railway office is connected to the track, we can build a little better with the Dampfraken. But that's still iffy. I guess we're also going to need a refueling station. We have only access to wood-based railways, which garbage, cap out at 70. But that's okay. So we're gonna need to plan that out as well. There's a lot of planning to do. Yeah, reasonable enough. So this doesn't need people, that's good. Doesn't produce pollution, that's good. This, we only get another 8 meters of length. Nice though. God, that is a lot of steel. Okay, so I'm gonna say pretty sure we're gonna need this. It'll need to be connected to the water grid, which is fine. Okay, we'll flatten out. And of course, it's too steep of a goddamn incline because I flattened it out. Okay. I can't even use those because fuck me. Alright, fine. I won't use those. I'll build out the road first. Oh good lord, yeah, there's just no way. I could try and build the bypass here, I guess. I don't want to build it in the one space zone, but, like, what the hell else am I going to do? Yeah, actually coaling is going to be tough. Let's try and build it back here. Oh yes, vehicle repair station as well will be necessary. Alright. So where was I? I'm on road. So yeah, we set up our train coaling station like here, maybe? There's no fucking way I can connect this worth a damn. That's like the best we're getting, I think. Alright. Alright, it gets poisoned if I'm not careful. Good. Okay. So, we have 12 active workers, supposedly. 22. I'm just seeing if that number climbs. It looks like it's not. I don't know who are the 22 active workers or what they're near. It's probably just some house near some random piece of industry somewhere that exists on this map that I didn't build. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can get the train coaling station there. That ain't bad. So heat, I don't technically have to worry about. I'm going to endeavor to generate my own electricity. Now, thankfully, this is actually not so bad. Right? Like, the massively reduced pollution is very helpful with a lot of these buildings, which is what I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, we get massively reduced pollution. Not 1 ton, many tons, yeah. Like, literally with this small heating plant, we could put it in walking distance, you know? Because I think it's like the math on it is 1 cloud is 500 meters, right? So this needs to be about 1.5 clicks out from a town. Like, we can... Oof, yeah, actually good luck trying to put it anywhere. Probably up here. Like, we definitely have to bus people in or whatever, but that's fine. That should be fine. It doesn't generate a ton of power, but we don't need it to. I guess the real question is, how much is this going to cost me? Right? Like, before I endeavor to generate my own power here. Unfortunately, I can't seem to see its construction cost of the regular one, so I can't, like, put it against 61 tons of steel. Okay. It's maybe not. For now. We'll consider it. Oh. So, something I notice here is these early fire stations do not have hot water tank. Right? So these early fire stations are perfectly acceptable to use without a heater, which is really good because I'm trying to like minimize how much heating I need. Although, now that I think about it, should I be having checked everything else? Yeah, okay. These will require hot water. That's fine. By the way, improve the construction of the railways. Okay, so we're gonna have fire. We're gonna also need a clinic. How much do we get here? 2. Our expense repairs is 6. So this is an early hospital. Yeah, we're gonna do, I think, an early small clinic. Which, unfortunately, seems to despise being near things. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get it. I think with like the right connection it might be possible, but I'm worried about, I'm not going to get everyone. I guess I just have to accept that. If I accept that now, it's easier. I'm not going to get full coverage. And that's okay. Alright. Nice low requirement options. Yeah. So I will need a heat exchanger. Okay. And like this small heating plant can just kind of be in walking distance. How many people do you need to work this? Like 7? 5? Like I'll probably need like a decent asphalt footpath, but I'm gonna be real. Um, set that up. Okay. Not bad. So yeah, number of workers outside the construction office on all of these will need to be 0. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad now. Dual infrastructure is something you said you wanted. Yeah, I'm certainly considering it right now. Like, unfortunately, I don't think this actually does hit everyone. Shockingly, it does. This misses 1 out, so this is actually fine as it is. Alright. Probably still want a big water tower? Probably. Alright. So, I think I go with the traditional early industry. Except here's the problem, right? I don't have, like, trains, so crops seem like they're going to be a bit of a problem to move. Like, 20 tons of crops per day is a lot. Like, can I just get away with a clothing factory? Like, it's not great. It's not great, but this is something I can supply and work on with trucks, right? Let's see. Oh, you got farms, sure. Barely any difference. But yeah, it's gonna be tough to supply it otherwise. Yeah, not a chance. I'm trying to think of any other industries that, like, I can reasonably supply that work in, like, smaller, like, numbers. The answer, of course, is really there isn't much, which is part of the problem. I need to get the rail network built ASAP. Which we'll do our best for, I guess. Alright. Maybe just a small water tower. It'll be fine. Okay, water treatment small, still the same. Okay. So we'll put that like here. Have ourselves a small water well. And a couple of small pumps. That culminate in our, assuming I can find anywhere to put this damn thing, small water tower. it's wet. It's pump. Okay. Let me think. Small water pumping station. Like right here. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. A small basic water setup. Very basic. Very basic water setup. That's all we need. And yeah, the slope there is pretty darn easy. Okay. So that deals with sewage setup. So yeah, we get even fewer lines, which is fair. Theoretically, we have a 14 megawatt thing. I think it is worth it to try and generate my own power. Yeah. But at the same time, I recognize I probably do need a redundancy built in, you know? So we should still have, yeah, priority switching. Good. So we'll set up ourselves a nice priority switch setup somewhere. Oh yeah, you only have one output. Oof. One high voltage output. That's not great. That's not great. Maybe I don't. The problem is, I know that all it's going to take is like some small thing to go wrong and we're cooked. On the other hand, maybe this is fine to just get me started, you know? Maybe the trick here is this is going to be developed and then this is going to be a backwater, right? Now the problem is I do want to develop this enough to like become a coal mining town. And like, you know, fuel everything with coal. It's a good thought. You can slowly go through and construction's unassigned, it's fine. I just need to make sure that none of this will ever wake up anybody. Okay. I think we're okay for now. Also not really anywhere for trains to turn around here, which blows. Although the train line only goes out to here, so I can probably do something with that. How is it? Ah, yeah, there we are. I can scroll to just the size of the circle I'm making. Realistically, it's probably better to host a bit of a smaller circle. But yeah, something like that would probably help, because currently trains can't turn around. So we'll need that. Yeah, part of the problem, of course, is we just don't have the second layer of track yet. Or second track line yet. Okay. Otherwise, though, we're starting to shape up. We still need some state infrastructure for sure. We're gonna need a school. Don't need a large one or anything. Yeah, one kindergarten. I'm gonna hope that crime does not scale off of inactive workers, or we're just screwed. You know? That's life. We shouldn't need the crime and justice right away. And then I have one final thing to do. That's set up. I hate that I can't cross this. Worth the damn. Alright. So, I just want to check some things here. Give me my tape measure. Air distance is 200 meters. That's still maybe not enough. I would like an additional 100 meters. You know? Maybe as much as 350. Yeah. There you go. I think I can probably still use that. God, I hope so. But yeah, before I get everybody killed on accident. Then the problem is there. Although, I think this town might just end up dying. See you, Livy. Yeah. Okay. That should be far enough now, and that makes me feel a little safer, for sure. Trying this. Oh no, this is number of workers. It doesn't say number of workers outside construction site like it used to. Well, this might be a problem. Everyone here might be dead. I might have to kill them to get anything worth a damn built. Well, we'll see. Yeah, this one says outside CO. Right. Okay. Interesting. That's odd. It is, yeah. Unfortunately, there's no other way I can reasonably proceed, so. Okay, what's my strategy here? I set up a pair of switches. That makes sense. And this one links up over here. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Now it's poisoned. Shit. Yeah, this interesting little new poisoning bug is certainly a nuisance. If I engage in crossing not allowed, from then on it just is poisoned and can no longer work ever. So I refer to the placement as poisoned. But yeah, okay. Got that. We're gonna need a transformer. For sure. For town, which isn't too much of a problem. Otherwise, fix could brick setups. I don't think it's gonna brick setups. I think it's just gonna be super annoying, right? Although I guess it does make some real fine work maybe impossible, where you're like jiggling it around to find the exact. I guess you could maybe have problems there, which would certainly suck. Okay. I have most of what I need set up. Like, I'm just kind of going through my mental checklist here. I am down to culture and sports and attractions, right? That's it? I think. Let me show the city stadium. Ooh, fancy. I didn't see that one before. Mm-hmm. 15C is a little not good. So we're gonna build a decent-sized football field, I guess. I feel like they've changed things a little, but I think it's just the icons that have changed. It seems like it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna want to put in a football field. We're gonna need some sort of cultural attraction. And a carousel. Assuming I can find a place to put it. Let's go save, demo, and rebuild, yeah. As usual, I'll probably have to take a save and, you know, build up and see what happens. We should be alright. We should be, though. Like, I'm missing a tech university for sure, or a university in general. But I think we'll be okay for the first little bit. Yeah. Ideally having a second sports attraction and also like a second thing, or just more attractions in general help. I've learned that a lot of the problems I have here, because here's the thing, in 1930 people are not going to consume very much electronics, if they will even at all. So I actually am going to need to really slam down a lot of these attractions. I can't really rely on the old radio rush like I usually do. You know? Okay. That'll do. So that gets us a pair of attractions, and now I just need to do culture. So I doubt that counts as culture. The Natural History Museum's like the oh good lord, never mind, it's expensive as fuck. Say it's the smallest. I'm used to the number of workers and stuff kind of correlating with costs. Gallery of Art. Museum of the Republic is huge. Yeah. Gotta be able to fit this thing in here. Quit giving. Okay, this building is a toughie to place for sure, unfortunately. Okay.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Alright. But otherwise, there. That is at least enough legally. I think. Oh yeah, no, there's one more thing I'm totally forgetting. There's one more thing I'm totally forgetting. My arch nemesis, waste disposal. Yeah. I guess, hang on here. I may have just blocked this off. Shockingly, I have not. Unfortunately, it's tough to tell what's exactly in the connection range, but it looks like most of it. Too close to existing buildings. I hate this game. God, I hate this game. Too close to existing fucking buildings. Requires massive... I think the problem is really just how inconsistent it ends up being. Like, why was I allowed to place that there? But not these here, you know? Why did that happen? Why when I clicked did, like, things change around? And I was like, nah, you know what? Never mind. You can build it here. What the fuck? What has happened? Why did that work? I have never once understood those damn waste collection bins. And I don't know if I ever will. Gonna be real here. It's fucking black magic as far as I am concerned. That said, black magic and witchcraft aside, that's the first episode. Plans within plans within plans. It's not Dune, it's a fucking city builder. But that's why we love this damn game. I'll probably need to, like, set up some cooling and stuff for storage, but otherwise, we're in good shape. We are in good shape. Alright. So with that in mind, thank you everyone for watching. I have been your lovely host, Calvin. And I will see you guys next time. As I just try and get everything kind of down. Because I also have to decide what order everything's going to be constructed in. And, pro tip, the first order is going to be the roads. Roads are first. No, we're not building buildings. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.